The Agatha All Along 2 episode premiere takes up the titular villain's story where WandaVision left off and expands the MCU's magical lore. Agatha Harkness is an essential part of Scarlet Witch's MCU journey as she caused Wanda Maximoff's Westview illusion to crumble, sending Wanda on a downward spiral that culminated in her death at the end of Doctor Strange MOM. Meanwhile, Agatha herself suffered the consequences of her quest for forbidden power, as she, in this case Wanda, cast a spell on Agatha during her finale ending, forcing her to stay in her fictional nosy Agnes persona. With the Scarlet Witch dead and the Darkhold destroyed at Wundagore Mountain, it was only a matter of time until Agatha Harkness' spell was broken and new magical threats appeared. In Agatha All Alone episode 1 and 2, she regains her memories and she's going on a quest to get her magic back, while she's teaming up with a mysterious teenager and her other cast, which includes all the heroic witches and one of Vision's Mrs. Hart. With the villainous Salem 7 and a spiteful witch on their toes, Agatha all along improvised with Calvin begin walking down the witch's road. It seems like she's been trapped in her own WandaVision TV show for 3 years right now. Because Agatha All Along begins with Agatha Harkness still trapped in Wanda Maximoff's spell, believing herself to be a forensic detective named Agnes, set on solving a murder mystery. However, she slowly realizes that her life is a lie because her job is only the result of a crime show themed illusion. Aubrey Plaza's Rio Vidal, oh, she's actually really good in this, is the only acquaintance who knows the true nature of Agatha's circumstances, and she guides Agatha towards real life. Joe Locke's teen character also helps break out Agatha out of Wanda's spell when he arrives seeking for her help. Wanda's neighbors from WandaVision, returning new roles within Agatha's illusion. This time around, John aka Herb is Agatha's fellow detective, Sarah aka Dottie is a librarian, Harold aka Phil is the chief of police, and Abilash aka Norm is someone who does jewelry. However, only Agatha experiences her illusion while the rest of the residents, they carry on with the original lives and tolerate what seem to be her hallucinations, so they look at her like she's a crazy person. When she finally breaks out of the spell, she leaves Westview untouched. It doesn't even occur to Agatha Harkness to use her powers as forensic detective Agnes, as she has literally no recollection of her original life under Wanda Maximoff's spell. But even after regaining her memories, Agatha is unable to perform any spells because the Darkhold's disruption stripped her of her magic. Still, she retains the knowledge of the dark arts, which allows her to seek out the other witches, and she's trying to manipulate all the other witches to join her coven. Plus, she wants to get her powers back. She's also skilled enough in hand-to-hand combat because she fought Rio Vidal on her own without any powers. So, what happens in the premiere episode? She recruits other witches to walk the witch's road, which can restore the magical abilities, and probably make her even more powerful than before. Another way for her would be to absorb other witches' magical energy when they attack her, which in turn serves as leverage to keep her coven from turning on her. Until she finishes the crossing the road or her coven betrays her, she will probably continue to be a regular human being. One of the biggest surprises in the premiere is that Scarlet Witch's unexpected appearance. However, she doesn't appear on screen because Wanda Maximoff's body only appears face down at the crime scene. As a detective, she investigates the death of this mysterious woman, but soon realizes that the victim never existed in the first place, and the image of a dead red-headed woman with black fingertips turns out to be the results of the real Scarlet Witch's death being revealed to Agatha Harkness. Within Agatha Harkness's crime-themed delusion, the lead to the dead woman's murder is a book titled Dialogue and Rhetoric, Known History of Learning and Debate, referenced by a library receipt found next to the woman's corpse at the crime scene. Every copy of this book seems to have been eliminated, as even its section at the library was burned just to destroy a single copy. This book, of course, is a representation of the Darkhold, and its initial spell, the name of the cursed object. Still within Wanda Maximoff's illusion, Agatha Harkness walks upstairs in her house and peeks into her room, which is seemingly owned by a child. Her mystery room contains several objects that suggest the identity of the absent boy, Nicholas Scratch. For instance, there's a set of marbles, various crayon engravings signed with the name Nicky, a music trophy, and an award, given to Nicholas Scratch, as well as a rabbit figure. Agatha's sad expression implies that this child is a son she hasn't seen in a long time. In the comics, Nicholas Scratch is Agatha Harkness's evil son. He becomes the leader of New Salem and turns its residents against Agatha when she departs, assembling the Salem Seven to defeat his own mother. Nicholas Scratch also makes deal with Mephisto and Dormammu. We've seen Dormammu, but not Mephisto yet. We thought we were going to see him in No Way Home. I don't know why. And he also fights A-list Marvel heroes such as Scarlet Witch, Vision, the Fantastic Four, and Doctor Strange. The fact that Agatha kept a rabbit named Senor Scratchy in WandaVision suggests a connection between her pet and the absent Nicholas Scratch in her empty room. As Detective Agnes, she tries to leave her hatred for Aubrey Plaza's Rio Vidal behind and gradually becomes keen on her company. Rio asks Agatha the reason for her hatred, and Agatha realizes that she doesn't even know where it comes from. After Agatha remains her memories, she remembers her history with Rio Vidal, who's revealed to be another powerful witch. Rio attacks Agatha and threatens to kill her, but Agatha convinces Rio to spare her life and return when Agatha is powerful enough to have a fair rematch, meaning when she gets her own powers back. So, the first two episodes don't exactly reveal the true nature of Agatha and Rio's past, but they suggest that the two witches have a really long history together. When Agatha tells Rio that she doesn't have a heart, Rio responds, "Yes, I do, it's black and it's beat for you," which means that they might have had a romantic past between them, and Agatha's hesitation to contact Rio after Lilia Caldero predicts that she will do it anyway also supports a romantic connection. Joe Loke's unnamed character impresses Agatha Harkness with his knowledge of obscure magic, but it seems like he's only a fan or of some sort, but his mouth is automatically muted when he says his name, and his mouth seems to be soon shut temporarily, and whenever he talks about his past, his mouth doesn't make any sound. I was thinking in the beginning that he may have been one of Maximov's son, Billy Maximoff, who reincarnates in the body of Billy Kaplan and develops mystical powers similar to those of his original mother. In Agatha All Along's premiere episodes, he expresses only his keen interest in magic. The Salem Seven have been following Agatha all along. During the second episode, she really feels uneasy when she sees certain animals, a crow, a coyote, and a rat. When she performs a ritual with the coven to create a portal to the Witch's Road, a group of hooded figures appear in the street. It seems like they may have been the Salem Seven, who are able to transform into the animals she saw earlier. In the comics, they are the Agatha Harkness's grandchildren, fathered by Agatha's son, Nicholas Scratch. Marvel Comics' original Salem Seven are composed of Gazelle, Thorn, Bruticus, Vertigo, Vacuum, Reptila, and Hydron, all of whom can transform into animal-like demonic entities with special abilities, meaning Bethany would be a crow, Brita a rat, Chow coyote, Athena fox, Okowi cicada, Marina snake, and Aisha owl, which these are the MCU Salem Seven's actors in their animal forms, if we can say. In the end, the Witch's Road can grant magical power to anyone that fully crosses it. What does that say? Both Thien and Agatha Harkness are interested in completing a trek down the legendary Witch's Road, as reaching the end of the road will provide them with great magical power, probably even more powerful than Agatha was before. But to access it, it's necessary to walk barefoot and have a coven of actual witches, regardless of how powerful they are. To begin her quest, she has to convince 3 witches to accompany her by manipulating them with the personal flaws and mistakes they can solve if they reach the end of the Witch's Road. After performing a ritual, Agatha's coven is able to enter the Road's dimension in Agatha All Along Episode 2's ending scene. Well, let's see what will happen in the third one. This was all for today. Let me know if you like Agatha All Along. We're actually waiting to see in the next episode what's going to happen. Some people have mixed feelings about it. I think if this goes like it's planned, I think it's going to be a pretty good TV show, much better than the ones we got in the past. For example, She-Hulk. She was good, but not all the episodes. And see you next time. Let us know in the comments what you think of this breakdown.